for it. There we go. What is going down? What is going down? What is going down? Smooth world. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody holding? How you feeling? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody's keeping it smooth and in your own perspective lanes and realms. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have made it. You know what time it is. It's the Night Owl Show. You know what I'm saying? This the show for folks getting off of work, looking for something to get off into. I'm making wind down to, react in real time, and get some real time reactions. This is the show for folks who's getting ready to take off of work, so they want something they can tune into, and they can get the juices flowing, get the blood going, get them in the right state of mind before they get to the job. And this is the show for folks who knew. If you stuck around long enough, you're just gonna get a chance to rock out with your boy for this hot hour real quick. And if you're part of the Patreon, you're hanging out for longer than that. You know what I'm saying? We are back. It is the Who You With episode of the Night Owl Show. You know what I'm saying? It's Wednesday, so you know we got to have a guest on the show. And I'm appreciating everybody that's tuning in, chiming in. How you feeling? How you holding? Comment where you're tuning in from. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. I'm going to hit that share button myself. I can't tell you to do something I ain't going to do. So let's go ahead and get this thing going. Rocking and rolling, you know what I'm saying? Share to my story, bam. Post that there. Can you dig it? Then we're gonna share this thing to the page. Say we live, baby. Yeah. See, I don't ask you to do nothing. I ain't gonna do my doggone self. How you doing? How you feeling? How you holding up? Checking on the guests real quick. Got it rolling. Come in when you good. You know what I'm saying? Make sure she's situated. But how y'all feeling? Turning in from a smooth place. My brother Kent Wade, aka the library guy. You know what I'm saying? Holla at your boy. Say you turn in from a smooth place. That sounds like where you want to be. Tuning in from a smooth place. There we go. See, I was adding the R, bro. It's been a long day. I've been looking forward to getting a chance to relax, kick back, talk some jazz, shoot the bobos. You know what I'm saying? Feel some positive vibes, some energies outside of children that want me to, you know what I'm saying, hit them with the knuckle up. You know what I'm saying? But how you doing? How you holding? What's going down? You know what I mean? We waiting on the guests to come in. If you haven't seen, have you seen Coming to America? We talked about it. We talked about it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? But I actually heard somebody with some bad reviews on it on a podcast earlier today. And it was like, fam, come on, man. Let's not get disrespectful. Let's not get blasphemous now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna act like this wasn't a long awaited sequel. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna act like this wasn't something. Let me get off of this Wi-Fi, help with the reception a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But fam was just from beginning to end just dogging it. You know what I'm saying? Give your comments. You know what I mean? Today's one's got to go. It's actually going to be interesting. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see what is the comments and views and opinions of the people on this one. You know what I'm saying? Bro was bashing my one's got to go yesterday. And I thought it was kind of slick, kind of smooth, right on time. You know what I'm saying? And we grown. So let's talk about it. If you ain't got to worry about, if you can have the rest in abundance, which one could you go without? You know what I'm saying? But a lot of folks wasn't ready to hear that one. You know what I mean? Let's see. I can't hit her with the rap because I'm still saying, like, you know what I'm saying? I know I got one I call the. But how y'all feeling? How you doing? Comment where you're tuning in from. Make sure you hit that share button. Make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Because we're finna get off into this thing. Any second now, the guest gonna come in. And once she come in, we're gonna go ahead and jump off into this thing. But until she jump off into this thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm a raps with the peoples. My bro said that shirt on point. Appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? Got it from performing at the Juneteenth. And man, I've held this joint down. I like this joint. You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. Regardless of what anybody else say and how you feel about it, I love King of Key. I love my little piece of the ill. You know what I mean? Seen a lot of places that remind me of it. Everywhere you go, you're gonna run into somebody from here. And everywhere you go, you're gonna run into people that remind you of people from here. And you really, when you really get a chance to get away and come back, you get a chance to see all the potential and possibilities. That the only reason why we don't have them is because nobody thought about bringing that here. You think you can only have certain things in other cities, or bigger venues, or blase who want the bam. Man, we can have everything we want right here in Kankakee and make this thing thrive and historically turn it around from being one of the cities they talk the most jazz about to being one of the cities they couldn't help but love. You know what I'm saying? We done had a lot of people leave from out this joint. They actually say because of economics or whatever, that we have the how do I word this right? That we have the greatest number of people leaving the state to go move elsewhere to be successful. You know what I'm saying? But it just means that you got to be a beast to survive out here. Can you dig it? Well, man, we ain't gonna stall. We ain't gonna delay nothing. I couldn't wait. Can't wait to get off into this one. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and pull her onto the scene. Give it up for the one and only Serene Divinity. Bam, 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 bam.
What's good, bro?
Man, you know me. I'm always trying to keep it smooth. Bro,
you can hear me, right?
Oh yeah, I can hear you perfect. You all good. Perfect. Come on now. I ain't seen this stranger in a minute. What's going down, HTP?
I know it's been a minute. I'm good. My bad. I'm late trying to get myself together. I just got off work. Had to get everything situated.
I'm already knowing, you know what I'm saying? You're a superstar now. IG models, y'all whole schedule be doing the most, you know what I'm saying? So I understand, you know what I mean, that you're a busy person these days. You know, I'm trying to catch up. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on it.
Thank you for the compliments. IG model is a stretch. And I see your comment. I can pull up in Illinois. Don't get it twisted.
What up, cuzzo?
I'm trying to get myself together here because, but I told DJ I was going to be fashionably late because that's how we do. You know what I'm saying? This is his show. He's the host. He's going to come in, get you guys ready, and then the guest is going to come in and drop some jewels on you if you would like to pick them up. I'm just saying. All right, let me quit. I ain't smoking, y'all.
Hey, no, be you, do you, let it flow.
I'm trying to get this camera right because it ain't right. The camera ain't right, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this camera right.
This nigga here. Hey, DG, I'll knock you out.
I gotta look up.
That's my homie, apply pressure. I'm gonna apply some pressure. What's the eyeballs for, big fella?
Yeah,
but anyway, sis, how you doing? Introduce yourself to the people, you know what I'm saying? Tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you can see, Serene Divinity, which is really, that's the name of my song. My name is Emily Ann. Everybody know I'm DJ Little Sis. That's pretty much how Kankakee knows me. But yeah, baby sis in Las Vegas, making things happen. I mean, I don't know what else to give on that one.
Hey, I mean, shoot, you done traveled and got a chance to see, you know what I'm saying, more about as much of the country as I have, but more stuff I ain't seen because I still ain't been to Texas. And Vegas is definitely a trip that's going to be that's on the bucket list. But I gotta be smooth with it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta that's a husband-wife trip first before that's a fella trip or a business trip, you know what I'm saying? Bro in this thing, you know what I'm saying? Kent was like Kimberly Senior.
You know what? Let me get my party favors for this because Kent gonna take me there. So I'm gonna get my party favors. Just hold on real quick. Hold on.
Indubitably. And if y'all got some questions, go ahead and throw them things off in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you smash that like button, smash that share button. We in this thing chopping it up. I'm over here with Serene Divinity. She actually finna drop some jewels on y'all because it's one thing that I learned in our conversation we had, which I want to let you know, like on record, that's one of the longest conversations I've ever had with anybody. And it was a beautiful conversation. It was definitely a much needed conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
But, you know what I'm saying?
Likewise.
But I learned something. You know what I'm saying? So before we get off into what I learned, which is where we're gonna how we're gonna smoothly segue into the subject for today. Uh, bro said, "What was the most recent fear you shook?"
Oh, that's a good question. The most recent fear that I took. Uh, um, that's a deep question too, because it's like I want to get personal, but I have to remember we're not having a private conversation. Um, Dang, I want to give you something real. The most recent fear I should.
I know what he's talking about.
Okay, well, I don't know what he's talking about, but I know that's like his brand, Shake the Feet. So, we can get that. I was working. Okay, so I'm licensed all over the country in property and casualty insurance. Like literally, I have 50 licenses. Uh, Working at Progressive last year, and I thought that was my dream job. Like for the Matrix, I'm like, okay, while I'm still in it, that was like a dream position, making good money, simple sales coming straight to me because they call my line just to make the purchase. And I was so comfortable making that much money and like having that type of job description that I started to like walk away from my personal goals, or like not walk away, but just wasn't focusing on them enough. So the fear that I had to shake was walking away from Progressive because it wasn't for me. It wasn't what I really wanted. And believing that I was going to make more, get back what I lost and more, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Like, I can say since I decided to let go of Progressive last year, I hit the ground fucking running. Like momentum has been crazy, just accomplishing things or even applying consistency. So the biggest the biggest fear I shook was letting go of a 9 to 5 that I was comfortable with because I wanted to reach for more and basically blaze a new trail. And you know me, I'm adventurous.
Come on now. Come on now. And see, a lot of people don't understand that desire. You know what I'm saying? To step away from something that's comfortable because you know you can achieve better
Yep.
and you see better for yourself. So you want to, excuse me, strive for say it better. Uh,
That's facts. Definitely.
um, and real talk,
What are you
I
laughing
gotta,
at?
because you ain't seeing the comments. You can actually pull up
I
on the
need to.
tab.
Let me get my phone.
Is you on the phone or is you on the laptop?
I'm on my phone, but I got another phone that I can pull it up on. So hold on, let me get my technology together. Cause I'm like, where's these jokes? I see you
Because
pinning
Brody
little
came in with
comments.
is that soul glow.
Let's show. I forgot we was on live. I forgot. I was about to hit it. Polar, you think you're funny? I'm gonna call you after this. I say your government on this live. Don't do that, cause y'all know Petty Ann will strike again. Okay.
And then Kid had to let me know I had the Teddy Riley Nelly Instagram versus battle going on. So I caught on to that, brother. You know what I'm saying? We had to get a couple more people off the Wi-Fi so we can get the strongest reception possible. You know what I'm saying? Kid said, nice. Time to buy a tea. I got a discount if you buy 2 just for you.
Ooh. You know what? Wait, he trying to be funny. I do want one of them teas though, to be honest, because I've been seeing them online. Like I really want like a purple and gold one. So go ahead and take that order. And hey, mama. Hey, queen. I should say, hey, queen. I miss you and your good energy.
And what's funny is you said, "Hey, Queen," and the next person that said, "Hey, y'all," is an artist that's known as Queen Alexis, hailing out of
Hello,
Chicago.
Queen Alexis.
You know what I'm saying? She's shout now. Shout out to Queen Alexis. You know what I mean? But we was rapping yesterday, and you dropped a gem on me. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I as a Davis, you know what I'm saying? I know how we were raised. You know what I mean? Good soulful meals. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody with that know about that Alaga syrup, that OG. We
Alga
only
syrup,
found it.
alga.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're real thick, almost
I'm
molasses
favorite.
type syrup. Oh,
Yes.
Every time I walk past it remind me of grandma and them. You know what I'm saying?
And my blood sugar go up. But yeah.
But while we talking about it, you dropped the gym saying now you vegetarian. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was a lager syrup. I knew what I was talking about. That a lager syrup.
A lager? Is that right?
Came in. It looked like a moonshine jug. It came in.
Whoops. My bad, y'all. My bad. I
got you. That's what we got the people here for to help keep us, you know what I'm saying? But man, how has that transition been for you? You know what I'm saying?
Hard as hell. Excuse my French. I'm kidding. Honestly, the hard part is when other people are in the mix, because if it's just me and I'm eating by myself, it's nothing. But it's like when my friends hear about it, like, what, you don't eat meat? Oh my God, like, where are we gonna eat at? What are you gonna eat? What are you gonna do? So it's most of the hard part comes from other people trying to think for me and make sense of it for me, even though I already started walking on the path.
Word.
But it's crazy how to explain it, because when I gave up meat in December, it was December 11th, 2019. I remember my last meal like I was on death row or something. It's crazy. No lie. I went to Freddy's, and I will take you to Freddy's. When you come out here, we're going to smash. And I had a patty melt with caramelized onions, Swiss cheese on sourdough bread. Nigga, I remember everything.
Come on now.
And that was my favorite meal from Freddy's. So that was like why I went and picked that as like, oh, this is my going out no more type stuff.
Right.
And I remember I ate the sandwich smash. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna get even more detail. I ate half the sandwich, and I'm sitting there like, man, I don't need no more. But it was so good. And then you know that feeling when it's like, it's not gonna be good when you heat it back up. It's fresh now, okay? Not now, but now.
Come on now.
So I smashed the rest of the sandwich, and I'm sitting there with my friend at the time, and I just told her like, girl, I feel like shit. Like, I feel horrible. And that's like when it was easy for me to decide to give up meat at that time. And then like with that new change, I was so proud of myself. So like I was driven to keep going. And it took maybe like 3 or 4 months until I was like, oh, pepperoni pizza. Like it was hard. But I mean, it's just research. And it's like, just forgetting about what you can't do and think about what you can do. I think that's a big part of it. Word.
I find myself telling people a lot now, like, instead of, and you'll get so much farther in life just focusing on the positive aspects and getting away from the negative energy, the negative vibes, and harboring them negative energies and attitudes. I heard somebody say, every time you get mad about something, it takes you longer to calm down about it each time. So the more you keep getting mad about something, the longer it's going to take for you to actually get out of that. And it'll go from like mad for 5 minutes. Then you're really thinking about it. Now you're mad for 10, 20 minutes. Then you spend a whole day resonating on it. You know what I mean? Before you know it, you done lost a week of your life stressing about somebody or some situation that ain't lost nothing, ain't missed a beat, ain't skipped a step, ain't missed an ounce of sleep. You know what I'm saying? We got to start focusing on the positive. You know what I mean? And I'm really trying to find the positive outside of the health aspect on the vegetarian part, because like, since I told you, like, bacon is going, I know that's going to be the kryptonite of kryptonites.
Like, I miss bacon sometimes, the way it smells, not the way it tastes or like how chewy it is or crunchy, but the way it smells.
Word. Now, sister,
I'm gonna get into it too. I know we can go on tangents because I can go on about this, but I'm gonna get into
drop some gems on the folks who's been wondering, thinking about the vegetarian life. You know what I'm saying? Want to get healthier. You know what I mean? My baby step in the mission of getting healthier is I start drinking more water. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's by hydrating the brain, hydrating the body. You know what I'm saying? Keeping everything flowing like it's supposed to, because your body will tell you when you ain't had enough water.
For real.
And the last thing you want is to be sitting somewhere complaining because you ain't got enough water. No pun intended.
Before I go ahead and try to pick my brain to explain to y'all how it worked in my paradise. So you asked for another benefit outside of health for giving up meat. Like, we ain't got to go real deep on your body and all this and that. Okay, so let's take it spiritual for me. And once again, I thought of this earlier when I was at work working on my cases. I was thinking, like, I'm not an expert by any means. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a trained professional. This is me schooling life, picking up my own jewels and applying them. And now today, you may hear some jewels. So if they're shiny, pick them up. If not, leave them for somebody else. Okay? All right.
There we go.
So the spiritual aspect for me is like, man, I was about to explain it one way, but I gotta take it back to the beginning. All right. So when an animal is about to die, think about it. Like, and people have talked about this before, so this isn't just my perspectives and opinions, but people will say when an animal is about to die, if they know they're about to die, they feel fear or anxiety, stress, depression, whatever. Like, oh my God, like it's happening. They feel that. Or even while they're dying. You know what I'm saying? If it's not an instant death, they feel that. When they feel those things, they release hormones in their body. And those hormones goes into the meat. So then the animal is butchered and is sent to whatever, factories, however it's manufactured to get to your grocery store. And then you're going to cook it and eat it. Now, the way I look at it is when you eat that meat, you don't know how it was harvested. That's a whole other topic. But you don't know what the animal was feeling when it was butchered, when it died. And those hormones and everything's in that meat. Now you're eating it. So you're consuming the same thing. And the spiritual aspect is you could be taking on depressed, angry, sad, anxious vibes from that because you eating that literal meat that had it in it. Or also the hormones are bad for you, period. Because all right. I won't go there. But just saying the spiritual part of it is you feel what they felt when they died and you're eating it. So that's why it's not good. You know what I'm saying?
And it makes sense because that's why they started finding more humane ways of doing the slaughtering. You know what I'm saying? When I worked at the slaughterhouse, they were tasing them. You know what I'm saying? And it's better than being shot, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But in the same breath, it's still like you still have that feeling, like you said, that feeling of fear when they go up in the shackles before they get tased. They got that feeling of fear when they being herded in a facility and not able to roam on a farm or pasture, you know what I'm saying, where they can feel free. You know what I mean? When you caged in a facility and you seeing people, when you seeing creatures like you exiting that you don't ever see again, it's gotta instill some level of fear in you. You can't be alive without feeling that type of fear. So I see what you're saying. You know what I mean? And I believe that they were saying that played a large part in the mad cow disease, why they had a lot of the Burger King recalls back in the day. Yeah.
I thought you was making a joke about mad people, mad cow disease. And Mama, you right. Yeah, I don't even know what I should say, but she is so right. You are what you eat. That is big facts. But not just that. So let's go to the other part. The part nobody want to hear. Because that's what I was about to get into. And I usually be like, I walk on eggshells because I don't want to make people uncomfortable. But I'm talking to you. So outside of that, you know what I'm saying? I thought about where the meat was coming from. Because they always say we don't produce enough animals to produce all the meat that people eat. So it's like, hold on. If it's not enough animals on the planet to supply all these burgers, hot dogs, pork chops, whatever you have, oxtails, then where is it coming from? They clearly are cloning meat. They make artificial meat. That pissed me off when I was still eating meat. I'm like, so you mean to tell me this isn't real? But so that was a part of it. You know what I'm saying? And then thinking about like, you don't know what they injected in the animals to help them grow faster, to help them to keep them alive. It's so much stuff that they put into the animals just for the business aspect. And it's not about your, you know what I'm saying, your actual pleasure of eating it, you know what I'm saying, or even your health. Nobody cares about your health. You got to care about that yourself. But even just like for you to eat quality meat, that's why you go to these expensive restaurants and probably have to pay an arm and a leg to get a real steak or something good, because that's supposedly real and better quality compared to you going to the grocery store. That's bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
You think about where it comes from. And that's why I've told people, like, if I ever eat meat again, I'm going to know the farm that the animal grew up on. I'm going to go see little so-and-so and feed them and say, hey, and keep on petting them, letting them know one day you're going to be sacrificed type stuff. I need to know. I'm petty for that. I know. But I need to know.
Funny? What's funny is we got somebody in the comments that's going to love when I say this name. You know what I mean? Mama said, when I heard a certain restaurant clone chickens, I lost desire for that chicken. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When I heard about how cheap, when I found out why Church's chicken was so cheap and the meat was so big, like, you know,
I just like they biscuits.
I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? I was like, is that why the chicken be tasting rubbery? Come on now.
Yes, exactly why. And I've had those moments like biting into a McChicken and you chewing and you like, wait, hold on. Something feels foreign. It's not bread. It's not meat. It's not the cheese. You pull it out and it's like something strange, like gristle or something. I've had that in sandwiches out here. And I'd be like, that was before I went vegetarian, and it just kept on like encouraging me. Like my soul was like, Emily, you know, this is disgusting. And the way that these, I don't even know what to say, like the manufacturers for the meat, all the companies, they don't care about the quality that they put out. They're just trying to make $1. It's all business.
Oh yeah. However you can cut costs and increase production so you can increase profits, that's how you make money. You know what I'm saying? And for big business, they eating at fancy restaurants. They got chefs in house. They not partaking in the same fast food they passing out, so they not stunned it. You know what I'm saying? She said it wasn't Church's, but it was a good chain.
Oh, we could name them with Chick-fil-A. No.
Oh, yeah. And see, Chick-fil-A is fire, but with your argument, Chick-fil-A sounds like a setup now, because like you said, if we don't have enough animals to cultivate the amount of food being produced for the amount of Americans we keep making, how can one whole restaurant just solely focus on one thing and thrive so much so they don't even need to be open one of the 7 days out of the week?
I just thought about something.
Come on now.
I just thought about this. I was watching a podcast. It's called Damn Internet You Scary with Patrick Cloud and To Hear More. Yes. And they were on there talking about how they finally, I think it's in Japan, they cloned steak. No, not clone steak. They laser printed steak. Like they use a machine to, I don't know if I'm saying right, but they create a steak in a little box with the laser. And they use cow skin cells to make it seem like more legit. And I'm just listening to this like, wait, people ate it? People tasted that? Like people are okay with that? You gonna mess with that? For real?
Hey, and to here's logic behind it. Like, hey, look, in the astronauts, they put this in the microwave and bing, presto, chango, it turned into something else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to get to this new stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mama said, Emily, what type of meals do you prepare, and how do you prepare it to keep it from being bland or uninteresting?
That's a good question. So I challenged myself to make all the same meals that I used to love with the meat substitute. Okay. And I know that's gonna sound crazy. For example, like just a couple of my go-to that I already know. I love veggie egg rolls. Shout out to a friend of mine that showed me a great recipe with that. Also, I recently made jackfruit Alfredo. So I guess I should explain that.
Yeah, because people hear Alfredo, you think noodles, pasta, sauce, and then you hear jackfruit, like
a meat alternative.
Right. That sounds like raisins in the potato salad. Like, hold on, you got to explain this now.
Let me tell you something. What you ain't gonna do is coming at me like you talking to your other side of the family. That's not what we do. I would never put raisins in a potato salad. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up on my phone. But okay, so I found a meat alternative for chicken. It's called jackfruit. All right. It grows in Sri Lanka, from what I've understood. And you can eat it as like a regular fruit. And they say it tastes like a juicy fruit gum or whatever. I never had it as regular fruit. I buy it in a can, brined in a can. And it looks a lot like shredded chicken. Like a lot like shredded chicken. And we should probably take a second to get into the fact that when you go vegetarian, you're not trying to get the same flavors you used to have. Because if you want a chicken flavor, you're going to eat chicken. That's just simple. And I had to get past that myself. Like, what are you really trying to do here? So to make sure that the jackfruit has amazing flavor, I marinate it, or I marinate it and boil it. So I decide like what I want to have for that meal. Like, say if I'm making tacos, we'll just go with tacos. I'll chop up the vegetables that I want with it. Like I usually put like onion in mine, and then I get all my seasonings, taco seasoning, and I boil the jackfruit for at least like 35 minutes to an hour. It don't even matter because it's fruit. You're not gonna overcook it. You can't do nothing to it. You're just getting the fruit taste out of it. So you want to make sure you do it for a while. And I did trial and error quite a few times. Some people could even tell you like, baby, that first time, I had some people tell me it tasted good when they tried it, like maybe the second or third time I made it. I'm like, no, it just ain't it. Still ain't it for me. Like I knew what it should be. But at this point,
Now, do you mind for those who don't know, like me, until 10 seconds ago, when you said jackfruit, I was like, she brought this up, but I don't even know what a jackfruit is. So I would like to share with the people and show you how smooth we keep it on here within your description of telling me about this and how you do it. For those who haven't, this is what a jackfruit looks like that she's describing, that she uses for her Alfredo. You know what I'm saying? So Alfredo, if you don't know what a jackfruit is, you say and tacos too?
You can use it for anything that you would use chicken in. Bring me back. I'm just saying, it's a lot. If you go to, people may have heard of Tabitha Brown. She was somebody that like really, really kicked it off of me, because I was like reading some recipe books and trying to follow some pages online, but I hadn't really went to YouTube like, okay, let's watch a recipe. Tabitha Brown is my auntie in spirit, okay? She will talk you through everything and explain it, and she really inspired me to get with it. But yeah, you can make tacos, nachos. I make jackfruit fries, whatever you want, whatever you use chicken for. My next experiment is going to be to make chicken strips, or to make jackfruit strips, and jackfruit popcorn. I'm trying not to say chicken, but I want to make chicken strips. I miss those. I miss popcorn chicken, and I want a chicken sandwich. So I'm going to use the jackfruit to do that. You really just have to boil it, prepare it, add that flavor in it. And to answer that question, I don't think I said it. You got to boil it or marinate it for a long time. Like I'll let my jackfruit sit in the sauce overnight and then have it for the next day. Like for me, I have to prep like a day in advance so that everything is in order.
Right.
But yeah, I want to make the chicken patties with it. And pretty much you'll prepare the meat, and then you have to put it into like a saran wrap and shape it. I saw this on YouTube. And then you freeze it. Take it out the freezer, bread it just like chicken now that it's got its form. So
come on now.
You could do a lot of stuff with it. And when I made that jackfruit Alfredo, nobody was here. But when I say, I was like, oh my goodness, I was here acting a donkey. Like, this tastes so good. And I was so shocked that I was able to like create something totally new. Like nobody ever showed me this.
Come on now. Now I was asking you, like me personally, knowing myself, like I'm willing, because you can't knock something until you try it. And I believe in that for the most part of life. Like there are certain things in life I'm just like, no, big fella. No, I'm gonna knock it before I try it, because I'm good on trying it, period. You know what I mean? But I'm down to try the jackfruit combination as a substitute. But my question is, if I happen to have like real bacon bits in a sandwich bag in my pocket and I sprinkle them into the food, is it not a compromise, or would you feel like your meal was tainted?
Okay. Well, here's what we could do. We could take all the ego out of it because once I prepare the meal and you make your plate, that is you. You enjoy that. I will not be offended. I'm not going to feel no type of way. This is me. This is what I want to do and what I enjoy. Nobody has to do the same thing. Not a soul. Okay.
Hey, mama say, nah, that's too much. Now, no, I'm just asking because I was asking them when we was on the phone about if bacon on an Impossible Whopper is that cheating or is that a compromise? Is that like baby steps into, you know what I'm saying, the vegetarian? Like I don't want to dive in cold turkey. I just want to like creep my way in. Can I use the Impossible Whopper, throw some real bacon on that joint and be like, but I'm tapering off though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not as bad as I was yesterday. I'm doing better today.
So that is baby steps. Because, I mean, I was making baby steps before I went vegetarian. I would like not have it every night. Challenge myself like, okay, tonight you're going to have a meal without meat or whatever. Like, I was making baby steps to do it. I had wanted to go vegan for years. There's people that could come on this live and say, Emily, I knew you in Texas when you was just eating spinach and bow tie noodles because you was scared to eat anything. You was like, what do I eat? So it's like I tried. I jumped in head first. Then I should have did baby steps because I didn't know what I was doing. So baby steps. I was gonna say that. I was thinking that earlier. It's a great idea. Take your time. Don't be like, oh, I'm vegetarian overnight. I'm not eating none of this no more because you're gonna be stressed and upset and hungry.
Come on,
and fiending for what you used to have because we addicted to a lot of the food that we eat. Hey, but
look, I was called thick the other day, so I can tell that, you know what I'm saying. My face is looking fuller, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the beard coming through supremely.
It is looking full. It is. You've been brushing.
This ain't even a quarantine beard. Oh yeah, I definitely been brushing, hitting it with some pink oil lotion. You know what I'm saying. A little. Look, I can throw lotion, hand lotion in my hair, and it's gonna look slick down and smooth. Man, I throw whatever in this just to keep it looking fresh.
Get you something real.
Yeah, get some beard oils. Oh yeah, no doubt.
Or even just like vitamin E, Jamaican black castor oil, wild growth oil.
Look, this is like a month and a half, 2 months maybe. Like I really don't keep it on the face like that because I prefer, you know what I'm saying, the Snoop from Baby Boy just with the mustache and the goatee, and then it wraps around the chin real smooth, like, you know what I'm saying.
I know, but you know we all change.
Oh yeah, because I'm thinning, so I gotta get thicker somewhere. I gotta fill this out because this is fading on me, and I'm gonna be testing out that bald look real quick.
Or you can get some keeps, like they said on damn internet. You scary.
You know what? I love the fact that it's looking at. You know, I don't have nobody that I know that really rocks with the podcast like that. So to get the you know what I'm saying,
them jokes,
callbacks, like come on with it. Because I ain't gonna lie, I thought about the keeps. I actually looked it up. You know what I'm saying? Mama said the Impossible Whopper is vegetarian, right? Yeah, that's where it's they say it's Impossible Whopper because it's not supposed to taste like meat. It's not meat, but it don't do it smooth. It's not meat, but it tastes like meat. But we got some arm folders right here. So I'm gonna breeze through these comments because I want to come back to this one and get your comments on it. She said, you have picked up a few digits. Only a couple though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like 240 with my steel toe boots on. But that ain't bad.
Roasting you in the comments.
Oh, they terrorized me. But hey, look, I got 3 girls and I got 2 boys. You bet your bottom dollar I picked up some weight. I'm gonna walk around here looking like Terry Crews before one of my kids think they strong enough or big enough to test me, doggone.
I didn't clap for that. I clapped for Paula's comment.
Don't eat that Impossible Whopper. You're gonna see Kim Possible. What?
Nah, you gonna see that little mole rat that was on Kim Possible. That thing gonna grow in your stomach. Okay, let me just go ahead and jump right on into this. All right, because I was excited when they came out with them. When they came out with the Impossible Whoppers or Beyond Meat, and they started marketing like all my restaurants I eat at was like, hey, you could come back, you can get this on your pizza, you can have this sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. I saw an article and I ended up doing my own research, going to look for it. Some of the ingredients that they use for the Impossible Whopper is the same things they use for dog food. That's a whole word right there. Like, you mean to tell me that y'all decided to offer me something that's mushed up with, it's like wheat protein. It could be, it's a whole lot of soy. And one of the ingredients specifically, I don't know exactly what it was, but it was like they were saying the same things from dog food. And I was just so pissed off. Like, how is y'all going to offer that as an alternative for people that want to eat better? Like, I feel like that's a slap in the face. It really is. So,
hey, low key, I used to work with a dude that ate dog food as a gag, because what he said was, and I quote, "It has no flavor." So the dogs eat it because it's a filler. It's just something to eat for them.
Wow.
But for us, the taste doesn't register. So he said one day he tried it as a joke in college or whatever, and he found out then that it had no taste to it. So then he'd make money like, hey, bet me $20 I won't eat a handful of dog food. No. And Mark be like, man, I've got $20. Say, ain't nobody finna eat a handful. And he'll go over there, scoop up a little bit, and then like Captain Crunch in his hand, he just tear right, and you'll see him like
kibbles and bits,
making the gravy train in his mouth. I'm trying to tell you, the man was killing it. Bro said those Scooby snacks. hey, look.
That just pissed me off.
We're not going to talk about any specifics on the nationality and or ethnicity of said person. We're just going to say
we don't have to.
He was a hilarious person, and what's understood don't need to be explained.
Yeah, that's some BS. And the way I look at it is, if you're going to give up meat, you shouldn't eat any meat like alternatives that they made. Because for me, like, I found fruit. That's a natural good alternative. Or even, I didn't even mention pecans. That's a hamburger meat alternative. So I will take it there. But like, I just feel like if you're going to be vegetarian, you're not going to eat none of that stuff that they just came up with in the lab, because, you know, they're just trying to market something to get your dollars. They're just trying to, but basically they lost you as a customer on the Whopper. So here's the, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's the new sandwich. Like that's what they're doing. They're trying to just get over on you. And it's also like you said, it's fillers. You don't taste nothing. It's just filling you. And I realized that that's what I do with my meals that I make. Like, when I have something, I have just side items. I'm like, man, it's not enough. It's not hearty enough. I want it thicker. I want it fuller. That's what meat used to do. So it's like, if you're going to be vegetarian, you're not eating none of that stuff, because if you're going to eat that, you might as well eat the real thing.
Hey, look.
Because alternative not better for you. Like Beyond Meat, none of that is better. None of that is better. And if you look it up, them foreign ingredients or not knowing what it is, and it's just a solid, that's very, very insulting. You might as well eat the meat that came from the store that you got a better idea. Well, this looks like a real steak. Looks like a real chicken leg. It's not steroids. Like, that's my opinion, though.
But see, real talk, like, I don't think the problem is in the eating of meat. Because me being a carnivore, like, I'm loving the conversation because I'm learning a lot. I don't see me converting, but I'm learning so much. But what I'm saying is, I think the problem is what's added to it, because like our grandparents, you know what I'm saying? Those who actually lived on farms and raised their own cattle. They took that had their hands in and knew there's no steroids pumped into this. This is all grass fed or all natural, everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. No additional hormones, no additive, no preservatives. Like, when we cut this thing up, we popping the rest of it in the deep freezer, and we finna cook tonight. because I wanted me some of I wanted to get off into a subject because you was talking about it earlier about cooking fresh and having the animal and raising it. And I know about a cow that was raised. They gave it a name and everything. And I knew what was about to happen. I was like, man, can I get dibs on the steak though? I just want a fresh steak. I just want one raw right off that. Like as soon as you say nighty night, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you say a prayer. We want to make sure this thing goes peacefully. But yeah, let me get one of them fresh Fred Flintstone just brownie.
I make jokes, but I couldn't do that. Like I couldn't see an animal knowing it was about to die and then eat it. I couldn't. I feel bad. Like I didn't have that care for the animals before I went vegetarian. Like, oh my God, save the cows. I was not like that. I wasn't. But after I went vegetarian, I'm just like, well, I mean, they didn't choose to be sacrificed. They didn't sign up and do it. We just decided that they're here for us. And
see, we didn't decide it. The good Lord decided it when he made them so delectable. Like if they didn't taste so decadent,
took it somewhere else.
He provided them for us.
Okay.
Told Adam to name them 2 by 2.
Yes, so good. When it's fried, sauteed, baked, yes, grilled.
Okay, I'll tell you. Flip, tossed around, and shake it in the bag. As long as it's seasoned right and well done, it ain't no blood dripping. We win. I'm trying to tell you. But I can't with you.
Because you're right.
We're just trying to stay flowing. Come on now. I can't wait for the bonus episode when we get off into this Patreon joint, because that's when we can really kick back and relax. And we done ran the convo so long. We done already jumped into this portion of the show by now. And everybody that knows when I cut it and say something about that, we at the ones gotta go for the show. You know what I'm saying? A portion I personally love. You know what I mean? Mama said we had farm raised the animals and I couldn't eat the meat fresh, or the fact that I got attached to name the animals. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I wouldn't name them personally, but I know we all got a purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? My purpose is to walk in my calling that God gave me to do. You know what I mean? And he provided the fruits of the land, beasts of all of this. Go ahead.
Before you do next segment of the show, because I'm respecting, you know what I'm saying, the show, I understand.
Go ahead.
I just want to throw something out there, and this is the whole big part of it. I know you went in, and that's why I played with you and co-sign how good it is and how amazing it tastes. And that's what we remember, what we know. At some point, I think that it's important that we master the skill of turning off the switch of needing instant gratification from our meals, as far as it being pleasure instead of nutrition. You got to be able to control that at some point where it's like, it hurt, didn't it? Take it slow. I'm just saying, like, that's some real stuff. Like, you got, I forgot we on live, dude. I forgot. I'm looking at you. I'm like, yeah, we having a conversation.
That's all it is. All this live is me and you rapping, they just listening. You know what I'm saying? And every once in a while, we throw some comments up and let them speak on their own behalf. But this is just us rapping. You know what I'm saying? And that was like, because come on now, we all got the gratification foods. You know what I'm saying? The stuff you turn to when you need that feeling of just comfort, the comfort foods. That's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? That stuff you turn to where it's like, I just need this and the way it makes me feel and blah, blah, blah. And like you said, that's really just endorphins and stuff being released in the body because of how you're responding to this. But that's not what it's supposed to be for. Food is supposed to be for nutrition. You're supposed to get those feelings and stuff from other things. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I ain't saying like, because I don't want to take it there. People often hear me speaking like, oh my goodness, she's a monk or whatever. Like, just take it to the extreme. I'm not saying that you need to be like, don't eat for pleasure at all. I'm saying that we've been trained and conditioned and brainwashed to only eat for pleasure. That's why you turn your nose up at something that don't necessarily taste the best or even sound the best, don't look the best, because you like, that ain't like, that's not in the list of go-to. So it's like for example, I started drinking protein shakes. I done started drinking smoothies, even trying certain salads. I tried fried eggplant parmigiana the other day, and I would have never got eggplant, and it tasted amazing. So it's just like those are examples where you got to be open to trying something new, just to be able to control what you put into your vessel, because everything is being marketed for you to what you're gonna put in your body. Please buy our product. Please put this in. Please consume this, and don't stop. Be loyal to us. So it's like everybody trying to market to you. You got to be able to turn off that switch of like you got to have everything got to be for pleasure, and it's got to be, you got to control your consumer dollars and control your vessel and what you're gonna do with it, because they trying to get you to take whatever is the newest trend. I saw somebody say that in the comments. I'm like, yeah, they right, it is all about trends, but it's a whole nother level of power when you like, you know what, I'm not eating this because it's gonna taste so good. I'm eating this because it's about to rebuild my organs. I'm eating this because it's about to detox my colon. It's about to cleanse my body. Like, it's gonna make me feel better, help me become the superhuman that I dream of. That's all I was trying to get at. Like, you can eat because you know what I'm saying? Because I'm still have soul food. I ain't went fully vegan. I'm still eating baked macaroni and cheese, yams, cabbage, cornbread. You know what I'm saying? Still smashing. Just no meat.
Come on now. And I dig it. I feel like I feel like my step is the water. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm not drinking water. Right now, I'm drinking one of my favorite energy drinks, a good old fashioned can and rip it. You know what I mean? They work. I've been running since about 6 this morning, 7 this morning, something like that. And yeah, between working on the car, dealing with house stuff, beds had to be bought, laundry had to be taken care of, kids got to be fed, homeschooling, house got to be kept. Yeah, your boy, you know what I'm saying, dinner and whatnot. Yeah, your boy, yeah, energy drink on deck. Can you dig it? I can dig it. We can dig it. Then we're gonna move forward with it, because we still got the ones gotta go that we gotta get into. And what's funny is you like to laugh, I like to laugh. So my question to you, sis, which one's gotta go?
Which comedian?
Now, the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna say which one's gotta stay first, and we're gonna make our way to the one that eventually has to go, because they're the one that's left on the list.
You know I love comedy.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm becoming like a comedy connoisseur. I don't even know if that's the right way to put it, but I'm gonna put that together like I did. So
it definitely is a thing. You know what I'm saying? It definitely is a thing. Look. It definitely is a thing. Oh, you don't understand. And when you get a chance to really like, because I told Kim I wanted to do a podcast with her. I said, look, girl, you too extra right now. You too extra. And all that energy, we could channel it, we could focus it. But first, you got to keep your room clean. You got to keep chores up. You got to keep your homework done. If you can handle two things, I'll add something to your plate that's fun. But first, you got to handle your responsibilities first. You know what I'm saying? Right. Man, that little girl lit up like Christmas morning. And then Isaiah come up to me like,
what about me?
So you gonna do a podcast with Kim?
Just her?
I'm like, dude, you extra a different way. See, you a TikTok, like IG reel type. Like you got like 30 seconds to a minute of strong, high impulse energy that you almost down for whatever for. And that's about as, I ain't gonna say as long as your attention span is. I'm just gonna say, I know I gotta keep you zeroed in and focused, and then we gotta be producing. So I can get it.
I think that it's great that they actually saying that they want to like create something, because there's plenty of kids that's doing it. So you should have her record, because you never know how big her audience is. Just like Isaiah, never know how big their audience is, and it could be amazing. The start of something amazing.
Kev on stage got a podcast he do with his son called I Don't Know with JoJo.
Oh yeah, I saw a clip of that. I haven't watched it, but I think that's great. And even if it wasn't going to be like, you know, they're not going to really have a podcast, they're young and they're coming at you with a dream like, hey, I think I might be down for that. They haven't been faced with failure or rejection or anything like that. This is a child innocent like, hey, I think that might be my lane. So please, by all means, come and see if it works for you. I think that's a great idea.
Sis, I'll send you videos. They on my Facebook page. I got them videos of them performing on the open mic stage as a group. All of them up there together. I got videos of Junior up there by herself with me standing next to him on one knee. This nigga did Lucid Dreams. I had never heard the lyrics to this song like that. I still see the shadows in my room. Can't take back the love that I gave you. It's to the point that I love and I hate you. I cannot chase you, so I must replace you. I'm like, boy, what the? By the time he got done with that song and walked away, I let him get out of the way good enough. I said, one of you heifers ever put my boy through some mess to make him write a song like this? I ain't gonna be keeping smooth that day. Daddy going to jail. I'm gonna knock somebody out. Y'all ain't gonna have my boy talking about hallucinating drugs and all this extraness. Nah.
My bad, bro. If you can hear me, hold on, cause I can see you, but I can't hear nothing now. My alarm just went off on my phone. I think that messed it up.
Can you hear me? You still can't hear me? If you okay, yep, then come back in. Let's see. Having some technical difficulties, you know what I'm saying? How you feeling? You all good?
Yeah, my bad.
All right, just making sure you good. As long as you good, we good and we roll.
Yeah, I'm good.
Bubbling outgoing, I have to say, Kim Reed, take your time. I'll be looking at her like, what now, Kim?
That's hilarious because the fact that y'all just said that, she really is my twin. When I was young, they called me Bouldermouth. And tonight on this podcast, I realized that some moments I got so excited I didn't want to stop. And I had multiple ideas. And I'm like, ping, 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 follow me. So, yeah, that is my twin. That's my baby.
And man, look, when you see how big and how I was telling Aretha the other day, because I bought them season 1 of Fresh Prince, and they watched it so much that now they can't watch one of the discs without it skipping as soon as it gets started. They barely make it through one episode on the disc because they played it out like we used to play out Lion King and Power Rangers, Nutty Professor. So much so, Kim acts just like Hillary. And I told Rita the other day, I was like, dude, we gotta get them on something. We gotta get her on something else. I'm not finna deal with that. Daddy, I need $300. No, not even a little bit.
Oh no, we need to get her to watch something else. But that's okay. That's okay. She coming to see TT soon. So it's okay. I'm gonna play some Jill Scott, Erykah Badu. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put her on India Ari. I'm gonna put my baby on. Okay?
Come on now. But we got to get back to this one's got to go. So the first one has got to stay on the board. Who would you say has to stay? Can't bust a move. You need them to stay on the list because you can't take away anything that they've been in. You can't go without what they've been in. Because whoever got to go, everything they've been a part of has to be taken away as well.
Oh, this is hard. Okay, well, dang.
And somebody type that list in the comments for me. Type this list of actors in the comments for me real quick. I'm gonna put it up and leave it up while we got this up, so we can talk, but then we can still see the list of names.
Yeah, I can see. The first person that can't go anywhere it's funny how this is going to work because it's not that I love him so much. It's because of what he was a part of that ain't going no mother effing where, and that would be Kings of Comedy. Kings of Comedy is solid. Ain't going nowhere. Can't let it go. And you know why? You want to know who the best one is? Bernie Mac.
Of course.
I can't let go of Uncle Bernie. I can't let go of Uncle Bernie. R.I.P. Uncle Bernie. Okay, I can't. So, for a fact, Steve Harvey is staying because we're going to keep Bernie Mac and Soul Man. Like, no, we keeping it. Yes, sir.
Come on now. Chris says Steve Harvey got to go. Steve
Harvey got to go.
Yes, the way that they do it in the comments is they pick who got to go first.
Chris got to
go. We do it the other way so we can make it stretch a little bit. Me, with what you said in mind, it almost like forces your hand, at least with two of them, because Bernie can't go nowhere, period.
Right.
If anything that they're attached to goes with them, and Bernie was attached to something, then you lose that too.
I can't.
It's like, Jesus. Okay. So I'm gonna agree with you, As hard as that is to say, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's rough. I'm gonna agree with you on the Steve Harvey.
I thought you
But
would.
for me, the first one that's got to stay. I'm gonna agree with you and say I respect yours. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Brody said, Pola said, bye, Kevin.
Okay.
For me, the first one that's got to stay, real talk, would have to be Jamie Foxx.
I was about to lean on it.
Listen to me, and this is what I thought you was going with it, because he was attached to In Living Color, and how many legends came out of that, because of how much I modeled my ambition and my entertaining after him. He's a multiverse entertainer, singer, comedian, actor, musician. He didn't get his hands wet in one thing. He got his hands in as many things as possible. So no matter what you got going on, you could use me for something around here. I promise you, I got it somewhere. One of my skills come into play in this joint. I'm finna do a TikTok. I'm gonna do the TikTok where he was working on the songs he was gonna sing for Fancy, and he hit that first, and it was like, "Boo, will you marry the kid?" I'm gonna kill it. I'm telling you.
Oh my
but I want to
God.
get like a backdrop. I want to have like, if I can get the kids back up dancing behind me, that'd be so hilarious.
It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. And you're right.
Oh man.
I thought
But, yeah.
when I thought of Jamie Foxx, I was like, the reason why he can't go is because of his musical contribution. Like he's a I ain't even gonna say Jack, he's like a master of multiple trades. So you can't get rid of him and let go of his comedy, which he's effing hilarious. Like his the Foxhole, or
Come on now.
I can't even think of another one, but the Foxhole is the
I
one.
Might Need Security was the other one.
Yeah, I Might Need Security. Those when he had on that white pantsuit or blow it out your, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't beat that up. You can't. And then the music, like, dude is man, R&B, like, ooh, yeah, you can't give that up. I love me some Jamie.
Real talk, they bashed it because I guess it wasn't that many producers on the project, so a lot of the tracks sounded the same. But his first album was actually called Peep This.
I know. I didn't listen to that though.
I promise. Go back and check it out. With the ear that you had, with the respect we have for Jamie, go back and check out his actual first album. He had some cuts on there.
I heard Infatuation. I believe that's one of the songs. Was that?
Yeah.
One of his songs, Infatuation.
Doghouse was on there.
Doghouse.
The Peep This Doghouse was a good one because he was talking about a guy that got caught up playing the game, and now he in the doghouse.
I knew exactly what it was. I was like, I might need to play that one. I like that.
What was another one on there? The title track, Peep This. He had another one called Light a Candle. He had some joints on there. You know what I'm saying? He even had the track he did on Any Given Sunday, the theme of Willie Beeman. He had that track on the album. I thought it was a hit or a parody or something, but yeah, he really had that joint on there.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out just because. I mean, I heard that one song and I never went and listened to anything else. But you're right. I got.
See, a lot of folks bashed it, so everybody else didn't think about it, didn't go check it out. But somehow, me on Pandora, down the Pandora rabbit hole while I'm at work one day, and then like a Jamie Foxx track came up because I got the Jamie Foxx album, and the next thing you know, it was like, wait a minute, what album is this on? I've heard all of his albums. Oh, this is the one they were talking about before Unpredictable.
Yeah.
This shit sound good. What they was talking about. Now I gotta hear some more to see. Okay. And then you find out it was just a lot of the tracks sounded similar, which just means you got the same engineers, you got the same producers. So the same beat makers on the track, you're gonna get some of the similar rips. Normally you'll work with different producers to get a wide variety of beats.
Yep.
So everything sounds different. You know what I'm saying? They talking about how he played Ray good.
I was just about to say, everybody in the comments talk about Ray.
Oh yeah, and Ray was probably one of his most heartfelt roles. You know what I'm saying? You can't. It was too many quotables in Ray. You know what I'm saying? Do you need me to walk? No, I'm good. 15 steps, and I'm right back in front of the Green Mile Hotel. Hello, you can't
And
go wrong.
I gotta take it to the emotional or the sensitive side. I like the beginning when his mama was giving him a pep talk, like, even though you blind, don't let that be your handicap. Don't let nobody treat you like you different, like you still amazing. Go out into the world and do everything you're supposed to do. That touched me, and I'm not blind. I'm like, you right, mama, you right.
But my question is the way they portrayed it in the movie. They never explained if it was just a condition that came after his brother, or if it was because he was looking through them damn glass bottles at the sun, and you already ain't supposed to be looking directly into the sun, but then looking through glass bottles into the sun might have burned the cornea, the retina, or something like that, and did some scarring, which would have caused him to go blind.
That's true. I never researched it. That's interesting. I never looked it up. And you mentioned you're not supposed to look into the sun. You made me think about sun gazing. You're supposed to close your eyes when you look at the sun and let it charge your third eye for about 15 minutes.
Come on now.
I've been doing that consistently this year, and it feels effing amazing. Like when I open my eyes, the world be looking blue for a second. But I be high and I ain't smoke. For real. I got to that point where I can meditate and sun gaze, and I feel a euphoric feeling. And I didn't take anything to get there. But anyway, I just had to
go. we all got to take that time, you know what I'm saying, to recharge. I mean, whatever that means to you, you know what I'm saying? For others, you might not be into the third eye and the chakras. You might not be that hip or that open yet. You know what I'm saying? That woke for some, you know what I mean, in that conversation. But, you know what I'm saying? We all got different ways of recharging. It's definitely important. That's why rest is so important. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of rest, we got to get to the rest of this. One's got to go because we'll get on these tangents and keep getting lost. Okay, all right. So I said Jamie Foxx got to stay, and you said Steve Harvey got to stay. So who's the next one got to stay for you?
The next person that's got to stay is going to be Martin Lawrence. We ain't giving up Martin. Okay, I'm extra. But I'm saying, like, we're not gonna give up that show. Like, that show is a classic. Martin and Gina. How many people model their relationships? How many dudes would tell me, Emily, you my Gina? Get out of here. Like, like, you know what I'm saying? We look good together. You light skinned, I'm dark skinned. We Martin and Gina.
Looking ass. How many dudes didn't hit that joint where they be like, what a step. No, shit, away.
We won't go there. What we will do is get further into the art that came from Martin Lawrence. National security. I will not say Big Mama's house. I won't.
The first one, I'll tell him that stepping outside of his box, it was okay. I see you. You can diversify like that. You know what I'm saying? The second one, you pushing it, but hey, all right. You followed, you kept us pulling the heartstrings by saying you kept up with old girl. Now y'all got a kid on the way. You know what I'm saying? But the third one with Brandon T. Jackson, it was like, nah, fam, nah.
And remember, did you see that interview where Brandon T. Jackson was talking about he felt like he was like exiled he ruined his career, like Hollywood was done with him. And it's so crazy, you never know what role is gonna ruin it for you when you put on that dress. Because plenty dudes that put on a dress and acted a whole dumb trying to act like a woman or mock a woman and
come on now,
still out here getting roles. So it's very interesting. But take it back to a positive side. I thought of one for Martin that we can't let go of. Run Tell That.
Oh, look.
You can't let that go. Wait, are you trying to say it wasn't funny?
That one was one of the most iconic stand-up.
Okay.
Like, in the history of stand-ups. And Martin actually got 3 full-length stand-ups. He got one he did before Run Tell That called You So Crazy. He got Run Tell That, and then he got one after that called Doing Time, I believe.
Yeah,
and this was before he did Bad Boys 3.
Time was recent.
Yeah, before he did Bad Boys 3, you know what I'm saying? But he actually got off into his Russell Simmons for a while. and started producing his own Def Comedy Jam joint called First Amendment.
Oh.
And remember Buddy from the remember we was talking about the roast, and I was asking you if you remembered about Doug Williams, the dude that got hit with the "I'm Your Conscience."
Yeah.
The dude that got roasted was the host for his First Amendment show for like 10 seasons.
First Amendment. I gotta look
Like,
it up.
dude, actually, Doug Williams is actually funny, but he's funnier as a host.
I bet I know who he is because I like when I say I don't watch TV and I just watch like YouTube and see. I watch like I go and find the art that I want. It's not just like turn on the TV something random. No. I'm looking up stand-up comedy specials. I'm looking up podcasts like intention. I bet I know who Doug Williams is. I just can't put a face with the name yet. But so I guess
you say Martin got to stay next because we're gonna get through this one because with this joint we finna do next for the Patreon. We just finna go back and forth on stand-ups and we finna relax, kick back, breathe.
I do know who he is. That dude is hilarious.
Yeah, but when he did the roast, he was just getting into his career. Like he was the least known person on the panel because you had Hall of Fame football players up there: Guy Torrey, Joe Torre, Monique, Michael Collier.
I remember Michael Collier.
Michael Collier, hilarious. You had what is his name? Dick Gregory was up there. But with Jamie Foxx hosting and they was drinking, he was like, man, Buddy got to saying they thought rumors was going around and he said something slick backstage. But Doug Williams actually done interviews after that. Like, I appreciated him roasting me like that because it gave me a name. Before that, I wasn't getting booked like that. After that, I was getting work. So I appreciated it, but I was also I wasn't instigating nothing. Jamie was drinking that night, and I wouldn't be instigating nothing because I'm a trained fighter. So Jamie didn't want that smoke with me no way. Like I'm not somebody that like you're an actor, but fam, before I was an actor, like I was a trained mixed martial artist. So it was like I was coming in there humble, like surrounded by all of these legends and celebrities, it's a roast, just trying to find my lane. And he roasted at Jamie, and Jamie was like, yeah, you know what? It's time to get him. I just did another joke that didn't go over. Maybe I should say something nice about Eminem. Wrap it up.
Man, when I saw that roast, I was cackling, like screaming, laughing, like these motherfuckers. And then to see them young, because you know, with me being so young, I'm catching up with stuff. So I'm late to the party, late as hell to the party. And I'm looking at all these actors and comedians like, dude, this is like 20, 30 years ago. And y'all, like, when y'all just starting out, like, they was making rookie jokes about Robin Williams. I'm like, what? That was surreal. I'm like, rest in peace. I know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, dang, as much work as he did, I never heard somebody talk to him like that or heard that type of environment where they playing on him like, dude, you just starting out. You a baby out here in these streets. I'm like,
hey, wow. But low key, that Richard Pryor roast, Robin Williams had some zingers for their ass. Like they wasn't he was humble because it was like what? It might have been, I think it was only two or three white people at that whole roast. So they surrounded by straight black people. Hell yeah, they in that motherfucking nervous. And they early in their career. But by the time they got on that mic and got started, like, yeah, they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get this one's got to go out of the way because we'll be here forever. You know what I'm saying? And we got to get to the extra show after the show so we can really kick back and relax.
The party after the party.
I'm ready to, it's called the kickback. You know what I mean? But I was just talking about something with somebody. We're going to get into a whole conversation on the after show.
I'm over here like.
The next one that's got to stay for me, of course, going to be Martin Lawrence. But I'm going to keep Martin Lawrence not just because of Martin, not just because of the legacy he built with movies, but also because he was the original host of Def Comedy Jam. And there was so many legends that came out of Def Comedy Jam that without him hosting, Def Comedy Jam wouldn't have been the same. They definitely would have found somebody else to fill that void, but it wouldn't have been like it was with Martin because it wasn't like it was after Martin left with any other host after him.
I did not think of that. Def Comedy Jam. Life wouldn't be the same without Def Comedy Jam. Like, I know we weren't there and we weren't really affected, but the arts would not be the same without Def Comedy Jam. Like all those comedians that got
Come
their
on now.
start,
Come
man.
on
You
now.
right.
All the
You right.
legends that came out of that. We got to keep Martin on deck. So we got you keeping Steve and Martin out the gates. I'm keeping Jamie and Martin out the gates. That leaves for you, Jamie and Kevin Hart, and that leaves for me, Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey.
It ain't no question. Was waiting to say Kevin got the boot. Kevin was. This is just like, this is a perfect joke right here. This is like when you just got hired on at a job. They was doing good. You were working there about 6 months. All of a sudden, production starts to slow down. Supervisor call you in the office like, guess what? You was the last one in the door, so you the first one out. Sorry, Kevin. I love. I'm gonna be honest.
Damn.
Like, okay, can we just be real?
Go ahead.
I know that Kevin is very successful, very popular, but I feel like he's more of a commercial comedian. Like, I don't even know if that's the right way to put it, but he's not very, very funny to me. Like, even his movies, like you watch his stand-up special, or you go watch his movie because of his name or because who else be in it. It's like Kevin is he's gonna be funny for doing something stupid. Like, look at me, I'm acting crazy. Like, one of his specials where he talked about his family, that made it better for me. When he made it more real and I could relate a little bit more. But for the most part, when I think about Kevin, it's like he's just like America's favorite, so that's why you love him. These other comedians, though, like, I could think of hella projects, which they've been out longer, they a lot older, so maybe that's a factor in it too. I need more time with Kevin. But like, going back to the first time I saw him in Soul Plane, I'm like,
Soul Plane was an underrated movie. First of all, Soul Plane was the closest they had gotten to Harlem Nights. Hey, look at this comment. Mom was like, "Hey, my phone died, but I'm back."
Hey, Mama, welcome back.
Come on, man.
But
Soul Plane was underrated. Soul Plane was the closest thing we had to Harlem Nights or Life since then. Like, and by that I mean an accumulation of comedians under one film. You know what I'm saying? Like, It ain't too often that's successful. And it ain't too many times you can get more than 5 comedians in one movie and it not just go all over the damn place. You know what I'm saying? Harlem Nights was the epitome of a star-studded cast and everything stayed structured to a storyline, to a plot. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Damn big white.
Hey, put your mom on the phone. I ain't never coming home.
Hey, baby. I ain't never coming home. He's
like, that's part right there.
Enough. And he wiped a tear.
Got something so good you throw it up in the air to turn to sunshine.
Hey, I don't want to see that. I do.
I do. That voice.
Oh, he wants to hit people with garbage cans. Like,
yes.
Harlem Nights, you've never Della Reese, Red Fox, Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Charlie Murphy, Robin Harris, Arsenio Hall, Miguel Nunez, like Thomas Ford.
Yes.
Yep, Miguel Nunez. You broke my nose, man.
Joanne.
Yep. He was in Harlem Nights.
You right.
3 dudes that was chasing Eddie that night in the whip and was shooting. Him,
Arsenio
Hall, and Miguel had the Tommies, and the other dude had the. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, that many comedians and the storyline flowed. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it was corny. It's just like, or maybe, and I don't know if I'm saying it the right way. I need to extend my vocabulary next time, but saying like sometimes it felt like the jokes were forced, and it's like, okay, but in Harlem Nights, if what you said is true, it flowed. You didn't even feel it. It's like they telling the story that something funny happened, some action happening. Like, it, like you could tell they were really trying, or you could tell they were acting. I don't like it when I could trying to get your jokes off, or you trying to do your lines. Like, I love it when I watch something and forget it's not reality. I forget that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done got so lost in it. Like, story over, man. They're going to end the credits. Like, I that type. Soul
Come
Play.
on,
One part with Kevin Hart, I'll give him credit. It's hilarious to me when he was going to her house. He had on that wife beater, and he was still trying to get her. And he was looking at her screen door. He looked so pitiful. That was funny. That was funny. But it's like, once again, you're looking at him, you're laughing at him, or whatever like that. It's not really like Michael Collier will tell you a story. He take you on a journey. And then his energy and everything with it is like you like on the edge of your seat. Like, what happened next? For real? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know Michael Collier is one of my favorite comedians simply because the way he tells jokes is not like any other joke teller. Like he's one of the last remaining traditional joke tellers, to the point where it takes it for some folks. He got to run a joke about it. He's like, some of y'all gonna get this joke right away. Some of y'all are gonna take a few minutes. Some of y'all ain't gonna get it till next Tuesday. All I'm gonna tell you to do is don't help nobody with this joke. Let them get it when they get it. Because if you don't have to think for it, if I ain't finna give it to you, you're gonna have to work for this thing like I'm working to give it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he got some of the funniest jokes that by the time it registered, like, wait, what? Oh man. So definitely Michael Collier. And he got a special called the Michael Collier Projects.
Oh.
Where he went back to Chicago and shot his own special. It's actually dope. One of my favorite jokes that he got is about his wife. But I'm going to save that for the after show. This has been the Night Owl Show. You know what I'm saying? We have been rocking out, kicking it. And this joint ran for an hour 20. And, man, we ain't even feel it. You know what I'm saying? Had to keep getting back on subject. And that's what we got the after show, folks. So we can get to the, you know what I'm saying, to the kickback, to the relax. And if you want to come over there and check out what's going on with the after show, if you want to stay in tune with everything that we got going on, you know what I mean, you can follow the Linktree link. It'll take you to every link that has something to do with Smooth. It's also in the QR code that's on the flyer for the show. It'll take you to the Linktree link to get to the SoundCloud, the Patreon, the TikTok, the IG, the Facebook, and the YouTube page, so you can stay in tune with everything that's going down and anything that has something to do with Keep It Smooth. You know what I'm saying?
I see you with the Linktree. I see. I just learned about that. That's business. I like that.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to get to it. And the beautiful thing about it is the Patreon starts as low as $5, and you get a 50% discount on the next order of shirt. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing. You know what I mean? And you get a lot of behind the scene footage. Whatever goes on the Patreon, don't go to YouTube. Don't go nowhere else. That's specifically and only for the Patreon, because we got to do something exclusive for the folks that's trying to support and help build this platform. You know what I'm saying? Help me build this thing on up. You know what I'm saying? So we in this thing. It has been a blessing and an honor. Sis, what's your cash app? We're going to throw that thing in the comments and get that thing lit up for you.
I love you too, mama. I just have to say that. I saw her comment. I love you too, mama. And I don't know my cash app, so I had to really literally pull it up. Oh. Wait. Yeah, this the one. Ain't no personal info on there? Yeah.
I can't read it.
It's Serene Divinity. Serene Divinity 4.
Now, do you got a like an underscore in between them, or is it one word?
No, it's just one word. Serene Divinity 4. I was about to give you the wrong one. Ooh. I play too much.
She said this here is the cash app. So if you would like to bless this young lady, you know what I'm saying, for coming, dedicating some of her time of her busy day, you know what I'm saying, to come sit back and shoot the bobos and drop some knowledge on us, you know what I'm saying, about healthier living, healthier eating, you know what I'm saying, the spiritual aspect, the mental aspect of it, you know what I'm saying, a lot of stuff we didn't know, a lot of stuff we learned, a lot of funny stories along the way, you know what I mean?
A lot more to share.
Oh yeah. But you gotta pay if you want to see that. But we're gonna definitely have her back on the show again. We've had her on the show before, and that's actually the longest running episode I've ever had of anything I've done live on the show. Was the episode I had you, Cheyenne, and Matt on. And that's the one I sent you in the link. You know what I'm saying? That was like almost 4 hours we rocked out that night. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's definitely been fun. And with that being said, you know I can do this all night. So let's get back to the next show so we can keep this thing rocking and rolling. This has been, you stay right there, sis. I'm finna go ahead and pull you out real quick. This has been your boy Keep It Smooth, checking in, bringing y'all another episode of the Night Owl Show. You know what I'm saying? This is the show for folks who's getting off of work, looking for something they can chime into and tune into, react in real time and get some real time reactions. This is the show for folks who's getting up, getting ready for work. You hear the alarms going off. You know what I'm saying? So you look for something to help get the juices flowing, get the blood going, and get you in the right state of mind so you can go take care of that business. And this is the show for folks who knew if you stuck around long enough, you should get a chance to rock out with your boy for this hot hour. You know what I'm saying? I have been your one and only Keep It Smooth. You know what I'm saying? Bring y'all another episode of Who You With right here on the Night Owl Show. It's been a blessing. And remember, you too have the ability to keep it smooth. All you got to do is take a deep breath, take a step back, and figure out the best way